Hi guys, I am here with a true story for you. This one is called Highway 21, and there is a Bible verse before it, which is Psalm 92 verse 4, which reads, "For you, O Lord, have made me glad by your works. At the deeds of your hands I joyfully sing." And again, this is called Highway 21. A long drive home, particularly at night after a family vacation, can be tough. Tired parents often take turns behind the wheel while the kids sleep. In 1978, Becky Tomlin took over the last leg of her family's trip home from Florida, easing up Highway 21 in North Carolina toward Yadkinville. Her husband Al dozed in the passenger seat while their 3 daughters slept in a makeshift bed in the back of the family's van. All seemed well as Becky drove along the 2-lane stretch of roller coaster highway. The van headlights provided the only light, with very little traffic on the road. Becky concentrated on eating the bag of barbecue pork rinds she had bought when she took over the driving near Columbia, South Carolina. Clipping along the 10 miles an hour above the speed limit, Becky's thoughts drifted back to the week the family had just spent in the idyllic beach, Florida, until she felt the presence of an angel in the space between her and Al. Suddenly, feeling an angel in the van didn't alarm her. Although she knew the angel was to help warn or guide them, Becky put her bag of pork rinds on the dash, turned off the radio, slowed down to the speed limit of 45, and put both hands on the steering wheel. Her husband slowly woke. Dazed, he looked around in an effort to get his bearings. "What's wrong?" he asked. Not sure how best to tell her husband about the angelic visitor, Becky opted instead to assure him that everything was fine and under control. "Go back to sleep," she said, patting him on the leg. He pressed the matter, so Becky said, "There's an angel sitting between us." He responded by telling her to pull over and let him drive. He thinks she's sleep-deprived. Guiding the van down the long grade, Becky reassured him again that with this angel's help they would be okay, and that she was ready for whatever might happen. "That is why this angel is here," she said. Her faith helped Becky understand that Jesus had sent his beloved angel to guard and protect her family. She sensed a connection in her mind, heart, and soul. Peace filled her. At the bottom of the hill, Becky pressed down on the accelerator to maintain the van's speed up the hill. When she crested the hill, an 18-wheeler sat in her lane. All lights were out on the broken down vehicle. Becky's husband yelled, "Look out!" She swerved left into the other lane, just missing the corner of the truck. Fortunately for Becky and her family, no cars were in the other lane. Becky caught a glimpse of the other driver walking along his rig, road flares in hands. Gasping, her husband asked, "Would you like for me to drive now?" Becky knew if she had been going 55 miles per hour, driving with one hand and eating pigskins with the other, without her full attention on the road, she would have plowed right up under the back of that truck, killing her and her family. She didn't want her husband to drive. She needed to finish the trip, as she thought about how precious her daughters were and how much she loved them and her husband. She said a silent prayer, thanking God for delivering them from what would have been a terrible tragedy. She knew it was not God's plan for them to die that night, and he had sent his angel to protect them. The angel left Becky with a warm feeling that all was well for now. that she and her family were protected by faith wrapped in God's abiding love. Good night, guys.